Welcome to Anime with Annie. Today's recap will be on The Devil is a Part-Timer series from episodes 1 to 5 of Season 1. So make sure to stay tuned until the end and hit the subscribe button if you're happy with what I recapped. That said, let's have a closer look. Episode 1. Adramelech, Lucifer, Alciel, and Malakota are the four generals of the Dark Lord Satan, who rule a dimension where magic is present, and they are in a campaign to annex the human race to their dark world by conquering the continent of Anta Isla. However, a valiant hero emerges and commands the human soldiers in battle, driving their evil forces back to their stronghold. The Dark Lord retreats along with Alciel, opens a dimensional portal, and departs their world, promising to come back and conquer Anta Isla in the future. Here, Satan squares off against the hero, but with neither being able to decisively defeat the other and his armies disintegrating, the Dark Lord retreats. In addition to being startled by their new human bodies, Satan and Alciel are brought to the closest police station, where Satan learns a little bit about this new world that is devoid of magic. The portal exists in contemporary Suzuka, Japan. As things develop, Satan and Alciel adopt new identities as Sodoma and Shirashia, respectively. In order to live, they each attain a home, open a bank account, and look for employment. They also decide that Shir will take care of their household needs while Soda works. Later, while traveling to his part-time employment at a McDonald's location, Soda meets a stunning girl with scarlet hair at a crossing and offers to give her his umbrella so she may stay dry. While visiting McDonald's, Sado encounters an apparently unrelated small earthquake and wrestles with the decision of whether to utilize his remaining magic to fix the damaged fires. He ultimately decides against doing so. Sado is able to attain a permanent job despite impressing his superiors and Shugosuki, a fellow employee, with his interpersonal abilities. The scarlet-haired girl, who is later identified as Amelia Justina, the hero of their universe, confronts him once more as he eagerly cycles his bicycle home to inform Shir. Episode 2. Amelia and her companions pursue Satan and Alciel after they leave Anta Isla. Back in the present day, Sado tries to reason with Amelia, who is now going by the name Emiusa, but she ignores him and tries to hurt him. Then, much to Emi's annoyance, they're both detained and taken to a police station for questioning, where the officer in charge assumes that they're having a domestic dispute. Emi threatens Sado on the way home, but he just shrugs it off. The next day, Emi pays them a visit while fuming over the fact that she isn't enjoying a better standard of living than Sado. Shir, startled, locks her out, but after Sado quickly explains her situation, she's allowed inside. She makes a remark about Sado's lifestyle before explaining that she and Archbishop Olbamai intended to follow them through the portal before it vanished, but only she was really transferred. Emi starts following Sado and Shir around town over the next few days, during which time she discovers that they are leading decent, modest lives. She follows up on this by asking whether he had thought about staying in the human world after work, to which he brashly replies that he would return to conquer Anta Isla. They both quickly flee after being the target of a sniper's magical strike at that same moment. Aware that they could share an adversary, Sado accuses Emi before heading out for the evening. To his surprise, Emi returns to his flat and nervously begs if she may stay the night because she lives far away and misplaced her wallet during their escape. To Shir's horror, Sado nonchalantly offers her refuge once more, as Emi sobs inside over how she managed to find herself in that predicament. That evening, Chiho sends Sado an enigmatic text asking for his counsel and telling him that there will be more earthquakes. Episode 3. While Chiho eagerly anticipates her meeting with Sado, the national news reports about the attack that Emi and Sado are involved in the next morning. In the meantime, Emi gets a call at work from the same adversary who fired at them, explaining that it would be better for Anta Isla if she killed both her and Satan. Later, Sado's bicycle left at the scene helps the police hunt him down, and Emi is compelled to confirm his identification, while also warning him about their shared foe. Later, Sado meets Chiho for a date. Unbeknownst to them, Shir and Emi, the latter of whom pulls Shir into the cafe to listen in on Sado, are following them. Chiho informs Sado on the day that she has recently been hearing a weird language. The language of Anta Isla is unknown to her. She goes on to say that the speakers were attempting to get in touch with someone and mention a large earthquake that would shortly take place. Sado understands that the events were created by the Ideal Link magical communication system, and that the earthquakes were probably brought on by a sonar spell seeking to find him and Emi. A startled Sado observes Emi enter the cafe at this point, and before Chiho has a chance to tell him her secret, Emi interrupts her. Chiho and Emi engage in a heated disagreement after Chiho misunderstands the motive behind Emi's interruption, and then a powerful earthquake strikes. When Chiho momentarily recovers, surrounded by wreckage, she reconciles with Emi, who again warns her about Sado before putting her out with a sleep spell. Then as Emi screams out to Satan, the evil figure of Satan emerges from the rubble. Emi considers using her remaining powder to murder him then and there, but Satan shocks her by informing her that he would assist them escape the fallen mall, leaving Emi perplexed as to why he would do so. Episode 4. Satan keeps using his sorcery to remove the rubble and protect everyone within the mall. Emi gets a flashback of her joyful childhood on Anta Isla with her father before being called by the church to begin training with the magical sword to kill demons while she is outside the wrecked mall. Soon after, when Satan's armies raided their town and killed her father, she became determined to slay him. Back in the present, Sadao discovers and tells Emi that the spell he placed on her father, Inspector Sasaki, when he first came to Japan resulted in magical feedback for Chiho. Before they go, Sadao further reveals to her that the earthquake was a planned attempt on their lives. After that, Emi spends the night at the home of her coworker Rika Suzuki, where Rika uses the Kobe earthquake she suffered as a child to demonstrate to Emi how human nature can alter in the face of catastrophe. The following day, Emi visits Sadao and trips and falls on the steps of his apartment building. Sadao tries to help Emi with her wounds, but this unexpected generosity enrages her, and she explains why she wants him killed. Sadao laments his incapacity to comprehend others' emotions until Shur and Chiho cut him off. Chiho misrepresents Emi and Sadao's relationship and flees with a wounded heart. Just afterwards, Miki Shibat, Sadao's landlady, enters and suggests they pursue Chiho while making reference to association with the Ideal Link and Sonar spells. Chiho is moving across the street with tears in her eyes, comes upon a weird individual who appears to have black wings in front of onlookers. An explosion erupts as Sadao, Emi, and Shur approach from a distance, and the winged person takes to the air. Sadao recognizes the individual as his demon general Lucifer, as he and his companions ascend the ruins. Episode 5. Emi inquires as to how Lucifer survived their earlier encounter into Isla, and Sadao, to Emi's horror, explains that he was helped by her former friend Obamai, who had vowed to restore Lucifer to heaven in exchange for his assistance. Shur is wounded as Lucifer continues to attack Sadao and the others. Sadao explains to Emi as the party flees that Lucifer uses his power to manipulate unfavorable feelings and thus responsible for the spate of muggings in Suzuka. Sadao teleports himself and Emi to the Pax Suzuka station as they are being besieged. The stunned crowd watches as Lucifer appears to shoot Sadao in the head with a supernatural bullet, killing him instantly before destroying the overhead transport bridge. Emi and Chiho were about to be crushed by the debris when Satan in his demonic form appeared. Using the viewer's negative feelings as fuel for his magic, Satan was able to save Emi and Chiho. Then when Amelia summons her magic and fights Lucifer in the air, Satan constructs a magical barrier that renders all the citizens comatose. Then Alciel arrives, cured, and enters the conflict in his demonic form. Chiho observes the amazing spectacle as Satan uses a multi-layered magical punch to defeat Olba and then Lucifer. After that, Chiho is formally introduced to Sadao and company. Emeralda, Etfa, and Alberto Ande, two of Emi's fellow anti-aliens, reunite with her at this very moment, and enter a portal to reveal the corrupt status of the church on Ente Isla. Alberto adds that he used the Ideal Link and Sonar spells, which Chiho intercepted, leading to Sadao's residence. Satan, meanwhile, erases the thoughts of the populace while also using his remaining magic to repair the city. Later at McDonald, Chiho yells at Sadao as he tells her he is enough to wipe her memory. And that concludes my recap for The Devil is a Part-Timer series from Season 1 of Episodes 1 to 5. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, Anime with Annie, for more such exciting anime content and reviews. And please leave comments about what you thought of today's video. And remember, have an Annie-mazing day.